Hello, my name is Eli, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make flour tortillas. What you're going to need is 2 cups of hot water, some lard, flour, salt, and baking powder. So you're going to start by combining all the dry ingredients together. You're going to take your 6 cups of flour, your 2 teaspoons of salt, and 4 teaspoons of baking soda, and make sure it's all mixed together, combined good. Now that we have mixed all our dry ingredients, it should look a little something like that. Can't really tell the difference, but now we're gonna add in our lard, and it is 2/3 cup of lard. Oh. Don't be afraid to get your hands messy, because you're gonna have to mix it all in anyway with your hands. So now that our 2/3 cup are in there, you're just gonna get your hands and mix it together till it's combined. Okay, so now that we're done with that step, your dough should look a little bit like this. And then you should be able to grab some and squeeze it, and it'll keep its shape, just like that. Now we're adding our 2 cups of warm water. You don't want it too hot so it won't burn your hands. And then you just mix this together with your hands again. Okay, so in my case, like this, if you look in there, you can still see a little bit of flour and stuff in there. If that happens to you, you can just add a little bit more water just to help you be able to get it all incorporated into the dough. Okay, so I've been mixing this dough together for about 5 minutes, and if you look, it no longer sticks to my hand. And so whenever the dough is this consistency, you want to take it out of your bowl, place it on your clean counter, no flour, no nothing, and just knead for about 10 minutes. So I've been kneading my dough for about 10 minutes, and it looks a little something like this. Now it really doesn't, your hands should be clean after you're done kneading. That's how you know whenever you're done. So next, we're gonna split the dough in half. I like to roll it out like this and just stretch it, roll and stretch. And then split it into 2 equal pieces, like that. And then make 8 balls out of this piece and 8 balls out of this piece, because this recipe makes a good 16 tortillas, so you want 16 good sized balls. Alright, so I have divided up my dough into 6 even-sized balls, which we will roll out into tortillas later. But first, we have to take each ball and place it into the original mixing bowl. And then after we're done with this, we're going to cover them with a wet paper towel for 10 to 15 minutes. We do this just so it makes it easier for the dough to be rolled out afterwards. So yeah. It's alright if you stack them up on top of each other, they won't stick. There you go. We grab our wet paper towel. Just make sure everything's covered. Alright, so we're gonna sit here 10 minutes. So now our dough has been resting for 10 minutes, and we're gonna go ahead and take this off, and this is the part where you roll them out into tortillas. So as we're doing this, we've gotten our comal on, so that's where we're gonna cook them. And I have a little bit of flour right here, and all you do is just sprinkle some on your surface and then get some on your roller. So now grab our first one. I like to pat it down before I roll it out, just makes it easier. And then you're just gonna roll it out until you get your desired thickness and shape. Me and my family, we like them a little bit thicker than normally. And so I'm gonna make them a little bit thicker. And another thing is when you're rolling them out, they're not always gonna be perfect circles. And whenever you have an edge like this, you wanna make sure you roll at that edge, or else this won't cook all the way through evenly with the tortilla whenever you put it on the comal. So now that it's my desired thickness and shape, I'm gonna take the tortilla and I'm going to hang it on the side while I'm waiting. And you're gonna do this with all the tortillas after you roll them out. Just hang them on the side of your bowl, just so you get the gravity does its thing, thins them out a little bit, makes them into a better shape. And then Mia's gonna go over there and she's gonna cook them until they're bubbling brown.
So my job is to flip the tortillas, and we usually do it at the same time as we're rolling them out, so that we can have a nice relay or rally rail going. So I'm gonna walk over here and grab my tortilla off the edge. And sometimes you can like roll it around, and this also helps to stretch it out. And then we just lightly lay it down like that. And our temperature is just in between medium and low. And then we're gonna let it sit there for a while, but you're gonna know to flip it, because if you look very closely, it looks a little bit wet, a little bit greasy. That's from the lard we put in. And when you start to see that grease and that wetness go away, that's when you know to flip it. And then we'll also see these bubbles start showing up around the edges in the middle parts. See that bubble right there starting to show up? That's good. That's how we know it's almost ready. Sometimes your tortilla most likely will not blow up like this, but we had good dough today and it blew up. So now I'm going to get my spatula and then flip it over. And then now the other side shouldn't take that long to cook, but we just want to see, like, because if you see very closely, you can see very tiny dots where you can tell it's uncooked. And we're going to wait till those dots and spots fill in, and then it'll be done. Okay, I think our tortilla is just about ready. So, there we go. There's our first tortilla. So it's a tradition in our house to always try the first tortilla to make sure it came out nice and it's cooked all the way through to make sure we did a good job. So.